I think we are. Someone will tell us. Oh wait, are we in? Yeah. We're in. Hey, hello. Right, I'm back again. I'll be doing this quite a lot tonight. Charlotte is here.
Hello.
She is the person behind this, and the person who behind all of it, basically. So what I was thinking of doing. Well, first thing I'll do actually, I'll explain what this was just while they're still around. So the two that were on just now were called Whiteland Restorations. It's like a restoration company in Wales, and they've made these. They make car fridge magnets, laser cut out of wood, and they smell fantastic because they're burnt around the edge. Basically, they make loads of different cars. The reason they've made that one is because that's my dream car, which I've got now, but it doesn't. Don't look at it. It's not as good as this. But what they've done is they've made a limited run of these. They're making them for 2 weeks, and the profits from the sale of those go to charity.
Oh, amazing!
So they're limited run. So and they've sold. I don't know. A few people have bought one already.
That's amazing.
Is that working? That chat? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Someone says hello. Hello, Charlotte. There you go. So it's working. Right. So yes. So that one. So there's 2 weeks. They're up for sale. So you'll be getting a bit from that as well.
How much are they then?
That's an excellent question.
I didn't prepare you for that.
I do not know. I only just found out that well, actually, no, that's a lie. I knew they were going to do it, but I didn't think to ask.
Someone needs to write how much they are.
Whatever it is not enough, isn't
Oh.
it? Think about it. Yeah, I don't know.
Might be the price of a cup of coffee. See?
It could be. It could be. Hopefully, it's a bit more than that.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, they make all sorts of stuff. So
Oh, someone's put on the.
$9.99.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. So yeah, that's. But it's a limited run thing, and I've told people that I will, if I see them at car shows or whatever, I'll sign them. I mean, I won't
Oh,
sign
that's
them.
amazing.
I'll write an insult on them or something. 'Cause
That's so good.
I can't do my signature. It changes. So yeah, last time you came in and you told us about the charity and how it started and why it's about, which is not ideal really. That you'd rather it wasn't around at all.
Made you cry?
A little. No, I didn't cry.
I think you did certainly well up a bit.
It's not the easiest thing to hear. It's like it's tough. It's a tough hear, but
It is tough.
I think that video is still on from last year when we were
In the car.
you were in that.
I know.
So
I've never met you. You just said turn up to this workshop in the pitch black
this dodgy little industrial
in the
estate.
industrial estate and just come and sit in the car. I was like, I'm gonna get murdered.
Yeah. But
Some weird man is gonna. I did say to my friend, I went, if I don't come back,
you need that live
this is
360
where I'm
app.
gonna be. Yeah, I
You
know.
push this SOS button.
I know. I trusted you, so
Yeah, well, that's why my missus was there the first time. She was like, "Hey, I'm normal. He's not, but I'm normal." So it came in last time. So if anyone wants to know the history behind the charity and why it exists and kind of what the initial aims of it and everything were, it's probably best to rewatch that one.
Yeah.
Because that was not quite a year ago, because I've done this a little bit earlier, but it was nearly a year ago, and you've been pretty hard at work this year, or for the last year.
Yeah.
So yesterday you were in someone's house.
Downing Street.
Downing Street.
Like you do.
As you do. So why were you in Downing Street?
Well, I did feel a slight imposter. I think I don't actually know how I still got the invite, but it was a Macmillan coffee afternoon, not morning.
Oh.
And I somehow got an invite and went along. I was flying the flag for childhood cancer, is what I would have said. Everyone there was for talking about adult cancer.
Yeah.
And I was there, the only one in
That
the
kind
room.
of says it all, doesn't it?
The only one in the room talking about children's cancer.
That just sums it up. I mean, like, they're all there for good reasons, but there's only one person there doing. What about the kids? They do get it as well, and it's worse, really. If they, I mean, at least if an adult gets it, they can say, "Well, I've had, you know, a good run or whatever."
Yeah.
Even if it's cut short, but a kid is just us off the charts.
I know.
So since last year, has progress been made in terms of?
We've definitely made, of course, obviously her 5 aims. We've definitely made progress on all of them, some more than others, I would say. The feeding parents and hospitals, we've really made some big strides with that. We did the national project on feeding parents in hospital. So that was 9 of the big children's hospitals that we that were fed. All the parents in the hospital were fed. So that was places like Alderhay or Great Ormond Street, Sheffield, the big children's hospitals. And they were all fed on the Sophie's Legacy trial for around either 8 or 12 weeks, depending on what hospitals did what. And the outcome of that was huge. The feedback that they got, shocked everyone. Didn't shock us, to be honest, because I knew it was gonna have a positive impact.
You knew that's the thing. You knew what was coming for them if you weren't there.
I was like, I know what a positive impact it's going to have, and places like Alderhay have continued to do that since March. So in March the trial started, and they have continued it ever since.
So what? So they've funded it themselves?
They still feed.
So they've just changed their policy.
Yeah. They still feed the parents in there, which is just amazing for us.
That's exactly what you want.
Yeah, exactly. So we're now going on to phase 2, which phase 2 for me is like, let's roll it out. But we have to work with the NHS, which at times feels slow. But I've been told this is fast in the great scheme of things. Really? But we are going.
But it doesn't help that you have to keep going to see different health ministers each time. Because like you go and see one, who are you introduced? I'm going to do this, blah blah blah. Hope the paper 2 weeks. He's quit.
Yeah, I know. And then we have to start all over again. Yeah. So we now are about to go, hopefully, to phase 2, which we're talking about 2025, maybe a bit more. We're going to hopefully put some funding towards that to increase those numbers. Other hospitals doing the same thing, but they're going to be smaller hospitals. So Portsmouth would fall into that, for example.
As a small.
So they're not there because it's not all children's.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You think like Alderhay is just predominantly children's hospital. Great Ormond Street is just a child's hospital. They call these others the district hospitals, so they're the smaller ones, but they have children on those wards and they feed them. Right. Obviously, we want the parents fed. So we want to see really how much impact that has, how much it will cost, because I think it's going to be a lot less costings than what a big children's hospital would cost to roll this out. So we need some costings for this, and that's why the only way we're going to have to do it is another trial. So, but I hope some of those, my aim is that I would like as many of those to be sustainable projects. Right. So ones that the ideas that they put in place, that they can sustain this, either through their own hospital charity funding or through other ways. Right. Okay. So that's my vision.
So it shouldn't fall on.
Whether this ends up being the actual.
Well,
reality,
it shouldn't fall on Sophie's Legacy to do it. If you think about it, like it should be, they should take the initiative, and be like, right, okay, we need to do it ourselves and make it, as you say, make it. I suppose you can't. How can you make it self-funding? It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Well, there are ways, and there were some hospitals doing a really good job of that, and really finding really good ways to fund this and their own initiatives. I mean, all hospitals have a hospital charity. I know if I was giving money and that it was going to go towards feeding parents, I'd be more inclined to do that. Yeah. But it's going to have a really positive impact.
That's what gets me, because it's like, I mean, the closest I had to it was when my kids, I had twins, and when they were first born, they were in special care for like 2 weeks. Yeah. Something like that. And it's true. There's nothing for me, but it wasn't that bad for me, because it was like they're in special care more out of like belt and braces, you know. It wasn't there was anything really bad. It was like, we just like to keep an eye on them, and then they can, because they were early, and you're having to go to Costa or something and pay like £10 for a panini. Imagine doing that and paying for the parking as well each time. Yeah. And this is the sort of thing that parents don't, they don't, they wouldn't even think of it. Like when you find out your kid's ill, you wouldn't even consider something like that. So to have something like you guys there, who can be almost like behind you, go, don't worry about that, we'll sort that. You focus on
your child.
Yeah, that's just.
And that's what we are doing for the hospitals that we cover in the south of England. So they're the ones that we are doing, which I could go on to. But in the meantime, we want to as well work on this national project as well, to try and roll out to as many hospitals as we can. That this idea that just feeding parents has a massive positive impact, and so hopefully that will come in the next. I'm hoping the next few months, but it takes a long time. It drives me mad, to be honest.
Do you find more of your time as like sort of campaigning for change? Like your role within the charity, is it more like you're constantly put like Shawshank Redemption, where he's like, he's writing them to about the library, isn't he? And he's like, please stop sending us letters. We'll give you these books. And he's like, what are you going to do? I'm going to send them 2 letters.
I know.
It's that kind of thing. Like, you're just constantly just on and on.
I am trying every angle I can, or trying to get any celebrity or anyone behind us. We are really looking for a celebrity patron. That's our mission for the next
big
year.
YouTubers would be good. Like
anyone,
massive.
just to spread some of the awareness of this. And you know, there are going to be lots of parents that, and there's some of those will be celebrities that end up in hospital with their children.
It's just going to touch someone, isn't it? At some point.
And we really want to get somewhere with that to try and either around the food angle or around the children's cancer. They're the 2 sort of bits.
So it's the looking after the parents when it's not just kids who've got cancer, is it? It's just kids
cover everyone.
who are poorly in
we cover
hospital.
Everyone there is, from neonatal intensive care, special care, A&E. We cover every single one. So there's that aspect that we do, which is ensuring that parents are looked after by making sure they've got food or clothes or toiletries and help with transport for those that are struggling to even get to and from hospital, which we do a lot.
Yeah.
There's all of that aspect that we do, and I think someone behind the food, we would love a chef that would get behind. I mean, Gordon Ramsay's my ultimate.
I was going to say, she met Gordon Ramsay.
We're still in contact, but he's too big, I think. I don't think he'll do it. I need to have the balls to ask him, to be honest, but my gut is he won't.
Someone asked Rowan Atkinson if he'd appear on the stream tonight. So where's he? Whoever that bloke was, send Gordon Ramsay a message. And if he doesn't reply, send 2.
I know. If not, things like James Martin, he's done some work with the NHS around food.
James Martin's into his cars.
Is he? Someone hunt him down, please.
He goes to Concord Club in Eastleigh. They have a classic car show. He takes us down there sometimes.
I'll find him then.
Yeah. So,
he's Winchester based, I'm
sure. He's fairly
local.
I don't know him.
I'm sure he's around this area. So
there'll be I'll know someone who moves. I mean, I know people who move cars around for, like, one of the guys I spoke to moves Rod Stewart's cars around. That's what he's paid to do. Move them from garage to garage. But
good job.
Yeah, it's there must be a way.
So I think him or like Jamie Oliver, he obviously did lots of work with the schools and food and a lot of change, and someone like him campaigning behind us.
Though, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it's not. It's not.
So someone behind like one of those, because I think the food side is like the big angle of what we're trying to go on, and then we got the cancer side, which we're trying to work on, obviously getting national change on that, and obviously we would like somebody who, you know, they're the 2 ideas of patrons that we've got.
Yeah.
I even thought of like Peter Andre's wife, who's Emily Andre. She works as a children's doctor.
Right.
A really advocate for, you know, mums or parents in hospital and children. I'd love someone like her. And obviously a bit of Peter Andre, of course. You'd never say no.
Peter Andre came to my school when I was young.
Did he?
He did. I called him a name.
What mysterious girl?
I didn't call him that. It began with a letter later in the alphabet. But I didn't mean to do it loudly.
Oh dear.
So, and I got a stern look off the teacher.
Oh dear.
I thought, you know, when you mutter something, you think something, and then say something else. Well, I said something and thought something different. That was awkward. But he came in and he undone his shirt and everything. And it's when the time when he had that. It was Mysterious Girl. It was just coming out, and he had the curtains and everything like that.
I should have been.
And all the girls were looking at him, and I was like,
I'm
not having this. Go away.
Should have been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think someone. That is one of our aims for the year, is to find a celebrity patron. We'd really like to get that.
It's stupid that you have to, isn't it? If you think about it, like
I know, it's just they've got the voice and the platform to be able to shout louder than me. Keep.
But that's the stupid thing. It's daft. It's like the people who've got the biggest voice are not necessarily the ones who know like what they're talking about. They have to do it for people. So you'd think that someone out there would use their influence for good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's just trying to get people to appear on the stream, and they're only talking YouTubers, but some of them. Yeah, I mean, like one guy last year, he was due on After You last year.
Yeah.
And he just no-showed completely. So, and you just think, you're just a YouTuber, you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So it's like.
If anyone knows any celebrities, send them my way.
Yes.
we will try as much as we can. Get me in front of them and I'll try my hardest to try and convince them that this is a good campaign.
Yes.
I know, I'm very good at that. All good at making people cry. That get them. So, because this was ultimately Sophie's wish.
That's the thing, isn't it?
That's why we're here.
That's what I love about it.
It is what it says on the tin.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. It's exactly what she said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I never met the girl, you know. As I said, I think I wrote in the spiel on there. You know, I probably walked past her. I probably saw her playing out the front. I probably just a kid.
Yeah.
You know, but like how it kind of it's hard to explain because most of the people on here aren't going to be local, but how it kind of affected the community as well around here. I mean, it's people painting gold ribbons on the side of the co-op or Costa or whatever. You know, and you just think, whoa, hang on, this is getting big. It was in the news. It was, you know, and it was just you just think you've got that momentum, you've got that noise behind it. It's a perfect platform to actually make changes, and then all these things she wanted, you're literally making the changes that she wanted. It's brilliant.
And when we say we do something, we do it. I know of some other charities who say they do it and sadly don't. But if we say we're feeding parents, we're feeding parents.
Well, this is it.
And we are doing exactly what we say we do. We stand by everything and we work tirelessly.
Yeah.
So many hours.
The
team, and we're only a small team and of incredible. You know, we've got an amazing set of volunteers as well, and we are just all completely behind this to try and make this change. It's got to happen, and this will impact so many people. I can't begin to even tell you how many thousands now of families we have supported.
Well, it's one of those things, isn't it? Because it's like ignorance is bliss. So like you don't know who's going through hell in the hospital at the moment because you're sat here quite happily, like, you know, not seeing it.
Yeah.
But it is going on. It is happening. Someone right now is having a hellish time.
Yeah. Quite a lot, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Sadly referred. But for example, like Royal Marsden, we in Sutton. I know there's 2 Royal Marsden, which is a bit confusing. But
I didn't know there was one. So
I know. So it's in London. We've got contacted quite a bit this year to feed the parents in there because at a weekend, these are children's cancer ward, this is. So it's one of the main ones in London. If you have cancer as a child, you go to Royal Marsden or you go to Great Ormond Street. They're the only 2 predominantly that do the actual treatment of chemo. So we had a fair few parents contact us saying we are just starving at weekends. There was no access to food. So like the cafe and the restaurant, everything's shut on a Saturday and Sunday. And it's in a residential area with nothing really around.
Like
so you can't even go in and get food. And they literally, from the moment they leave on a Friday, everything's shut. So you can't get food again till Monday. So we've been trying to get in there saying, okay, we'll provide food, we'll feed you. It took a lot of work and a lot of going back and forth. But we've been giving them pizzas every Saturday night for quite a few months now. And they have seen the impact that it's had on the parents. It has had such a positive impact. It's lifted their moods, it's really lightened everything, it's taken pressure off them. And they've now said, can you help us on a Sunday now? Because we've now seen there's such a gap now. On the Sunday I went, blowing me down. We were only saying this for so long. So it's
almost like we were right.
I know, not that I like to say that. So we started today. We've because obviously we're nowhere near Sutton in London. We're miles away from that. But with the logistics of trying to organise this is a challenge. But we ordered enough meals from Cook because we're doing a lot of meals from Cook in most of the hospitals here. So we've got them collected today from the cook shop nearby and delivered to Royal Marsden for all the parents. Sunday we'll get a dinner. So that's Saturday and Sunday covered now for dinners.
Did you have pizza? Can people volunteer to do this, to deliver food for
They can, yeah. We've got.
Do you have people up in London or people in Dorset? Or
I'd like to roll this as many hospitals as we can get, to be honest, in terms of getting the food into the hospital. It's just sometimes a logistical nightmare for us of trying to find people in that area that can help. Because obviously I can't always drive every week to London to pick up a few meals and just deliver them, which seems a bit of a waste of my time. But it's massive. The impact that it's having is so much. And these are the examples of where we would just keep campaigning and until we get this change. It is so needed. Some of these parents can be on this ward for months on end with no access to food. It's just crazy. And not just no access to food, but all they've got is a kettle or microwave. There's not even a kitchen that you can cook your dinner with or anything. So you can imagine living off for like 2-3 months off a kettle or microwave.
When you're going through hell.
Yeah.
Because that's just it. It's not
there's no shops.
Yeah, you're not just living off a kettle. Everyone's like, a kettle or microwave. That would be quite tricky. You're forgetting the bigger thing that you're actually
There's
why
no
you're there in the first
freezer
place.
or you know, always a fridge. Sometimes there's a small fridge, but it's a communal fridge, so you've got to, you know, accept that not always everything's going to stay in. And yeah, it's a
something
really
happened back the other day, didn't it? I saw something like someone emptied the box or something.
They took everything from our room. Everything. We were pretty gutted.
That's just...
It hit really hard.
You just have to tell yourself that...
It's one person out.
Well, yeah, it's that. And also, is that a malicious act or is someone that desperate?
No, we knew who it was, sadly.
Oh, no.
They were still on the ward when they did it. They're quite brazen to do it. They were on there.
There's me trying to be positive about people.
I know, I wanted to be as well. But
I'm never positive about people.
But it was fine. We rise above that, and we are. And Sophie she would have hopefully sent some karma.
Yeah, that's
sent some karma their way. We said Sophie. She would have been really angry about this, really angry, and she would have.
Kids have that sense of justice, don't they? Like if there's an injustice, they do.
So if they have any powers when you've gone, I'm sure she'll send them their
Someone's
way.
going to step in a dog turd before they get in their car, aren't they?
She will make sure that there is some karma sent her way. So we just rise above it. We keep doing what we're doing and hope that everyone respects what we're doing. And I did the trolley run today, for example, at our local hospital in Portsmouth, and going around and seeing these families who are just desperate for a drink and food or some toiletries. You know, we had parents going, I just need to brush my teeth.
The basics.
Yeah. And you've got a toothbrush. Yeah, of course we have. Here you go. And I can't tell you the difference it makes.
I can imagine.
We had a referral today for this morning, came in, and it's a 15-year-old boy. He's been in there for a month, and he's only got 2 sets of clothes, and they have no money, hardly any money to buy any others. And they're desperate. So we went and took some more clothes up there for him, some socks and boxers and a nice dressing gown to wrap yourself up in, which is always what you want when you're in hospital, don't you? You just want some...
And so does the charity take like donations from people, like clothes and things like that, or do you have to stick with the new stuff?
Yeah, we do buy a lot of new stuff, particularly pyjamas and things like that, because not always
underwear,
everyone wants to be... Yeah, certainly underwear. You do want... Not sure I'd want someone's used knickers or something else. But there are certain things like t-shirts, if they're in good condition. My husband, every time he tries to get rid of anything, it gets siphoned off.
It's going in the bin.
Like, and it goes to the hospital. And I see some of the kids walking out with the t-shirts, and I'm like, I know where that's
or
come
like a
from.
shirt or something.
Yeah, I know where that's come from. So there is some, you know, if it's really good, it's got to be good condition still. We will take that.
So people can donate stuff.
Yeah,
right?
So things like t-shirt or jogging bottom.
The most common thing around here I've seen is like sometimes you have those things where like if you're buying food at the supermarket, you can like buy 10 things and you buy the 11th and you put that in the basket on the way out.
Yeah, exactly.
They do that sometimes over Asda over here.
Yeah, we've done it all over. We were at Sainsbury's Fairham today, asking for some extra things, and they were really good. We got lots there today. So we obviously we go for at least about £1,500 of food and drink a week, and that just covers Portsmouth and Southampton hospitals. So we cover 17.
What, just those two?
Yeah, 17 children's wards we cover between those two, and we go through a phenomenal amount of food and drink a week.
This is why the money is so useful, then it's why it's so important.
So
it's amazing. I'm looking at that figure thinking that's amazing, and I just thought it's 2 weeks worth.
But that is massive. Like
we
have to do a lot of fundraising or campaigning and lots of things to try and get because we are solely funded by donations still.
And that's the problem with the cost of everything's going like that.
Yeah.
So that's screwing it as well.
Massive. But we now cover more hospitals since last year. We now cover, we're on our 9th, we're soon to be 10th.
Okay.
Of inside information.
Oh,
we will
it's an exclusive.
We will be taking on another one that will be shared soon by the end of October, I think. But that will be our 10th, which feels quite fitting because Sophie was 10 when she died. So 10 that we cover, obviously I've got the full meal we'll go through, but we cover throughout everything that we do. And there's obviously the hospitals like Marsden will do the pizzas food. That's separate.
Right.
That's not our core 10. So it's hospitals like, obviously those 10 are Portsmouth, Southampton, Chichester, Guildford, Winchester, Basingstoke, Salisbury, Isle of Wight.
Oh yeah.
Over the water, and Dorchester, so Dorset County Hospital, and soon to be Poole is going to be our new one. So that'll be Poole and Bournemouth.
So we're going west.
So it's all. So we basically cover the whole south, like this massive area. all of Hampshire now, we can say though. Now we've got the Isle of Wight, which is good.
Is the Isle of Wight Hampshire?
Yeah, it's still classed.
I didn't know
as
that.
A bit of water in between.
I've not really looked at it for the last God knows how many years when I go down the beach, and I didn't realise it was part of Hampshire.
But yeah, so we cover a huge amount now, and you know, an example of like we had a family referred this week, and they are in babies in intensive care. They are travelling from Winchester to Portsmouth, which is quite a way.
Yeah,
How many distance is that for those who aren't local? It's a good hour at least. At least on a good day.
It's about 25 miles probably each way.
More than that, surely.
I don't know. Eastleigh's about 17.
What, from Portsmouth?
Oh, Portsmouth. I'm thinking from here. I only drive to Eastleigh with my family. I used to live there, so it's like I'm trying to figure out how far that is. Yeah, Portsmouth. God, yeah, no, yeah, probably more like 35.
Yeah, it's a good hour on a good day.
Oh yeah, and that's if you don't got
with
traffic.
Traffic's a nightmare. This motorway, this joins these two, it's an absolute nightmare. So on a very good day, it's an hour, but if not more. And this mum obviously is looking after obviously a baby, and the dad has just been told by his employer that he's just received a pay packet that is put him on statutory sick pay. He's not entitled to any funding from his employer. Very kind of him. So he got like what, £90 something per week.
Excellent.
So they had no money left to put fuel in their car to go and see their baby in intensive care. And they were in tears, full on tears, this mum and dad, and saying, I don't know how I'm going to survive. They couldn't afford the £2 reduced parking at the hospital. They had nothing left. And when you have nothing left, it doesn't matter whether it's something's £1,000 or £2.
Yeah.
If you have nothing left, you've got nothing left.
Yeah. Someone goes, it was only £2, £2 I ain't got.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's where we step in. So we have obviously made sure that they've got fuel. So we are covering fuel vouchers so that they can put fuel in their car. We are making sure that they are getting vouchers to go and we have a voucher scheme at the hospital that they can go to the restaurant and go and get some food. So they redeem the voucher for food.
Yeah.
And that's up to £8 per day per adult at that hospital. And we are also paying, we're covering parking and everything else so that their worry can be back on their baby, not worrying about how they're going to afford to even, or how many days can they choose to drive to the hospital and see their baby because they can't afford to. Right. It's just wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
wrong on every level.
When we had my kids, the twins were born in Winchester because we lived round that way at the time.
Yeah. But
then we moved here. So when they were born, because of the way sick pay worked, I didn't take the paternity leave that you get. I know like old people would be like, well, I didn't get paternity in my day. Well, I did. So, but I couldn't take it, if I took it while they're in special care, then I wouldn't actually be able to do any of the like stuff when they're at home. Yeah, so I had to not take it when they got home, which meant 2 weeks. I'm driving to and from Winchester. From here and paid up park and everything like that. You're right, that you get there and then 8 o'clock comes and they're like, right, out you go. Well, they were pretty good actually, to be fair.
It's
Winchester,
hard.
but
you can't sleep over. So the reality is you've got to drive.
No, you can't. Yeah, you have to drive.
It's hard. Yeah. And it's really hard on these families that are really struggling, and especially when you get hit with, you got your salary and you think you're fine, and then all of a sudden it changes.
It's when you're juggling all that emotional stuff of either like just having a kid who's in special care or a kid who's poorly, or whatever. It's when that's the background of it. So like you're not in a good place anyway. Like you're in a bad way, and then you worry about this other stuff. I think it's invaluable. It's just.
Well, we had one yesterday where it was 16, 17, going in for surgery, very obviously quite complex surgery, and is going to be a high dependency unit at the hospital, which they don't allow the parents to stay over if you're on that ward, because there's no space. There's a lot of machines. You can't sleep over.
Right.
So you've got to travel, but they need this mum nearby. Because he has quite complex needs, they need her. She's the main carer. They need him. They say they need her nearby, but they had no space at the Ronald McDonald house. They had literally, it was like Jesus in the sense that it was all full. There was no room left anywhere. And
the hell was that?
We found a beep.
My alarm just gone mad.
It's saying you gotta go home.
We're having a technical problem. Hang on.
What's that?
My alarm's just throwing a fault. It's not even on.
Wow.
Talk among yourselves.
Shall I see any notes?
032.
I see there's any questions. Ask me a question.
Ask questions.
While I'm on
Ask questions.
I monitor the thing while he sorts out his alarm system going off. So yeah, someone said my hospital charges a fortune for parking. Absolutely disgusting. I totally agree with you. I wouldn't mind if it actually went to the hospital, the money, but the money goes to some person. It's not the hospital at all, which I think is wrong. Joys of technology, yeah. Any questions? Hospitality business manage customer parking by registration. Couldn't hospitals do the same? Yes, that would be good. It's I think there should be a better system. I really, really should. There, I can't understand why parking. It's basically you're having to park to go and see either your sick relative, or because you're unwell yourself, you end up driving there, or if you're able to. But yeah, you shouldn't have to park to go and basically see the sick. Yeah, park down the street from now on. I know. Although the streets will fill with so many hospitals. I don't know if actually there's many that are surround. It's not too good. My local hospital isn't even near the town, so need to change. So need to change to stop abuse. Yeah, definitely. They should be banned, private companies. Yes, I totally agree. But yeah, so this I'll go on. This family that we're supporting, she needed to stay nearby. She was sat in Costa with her child in surgery. Literally didn't even know where she was going to stay that night, and the hospital phoned us, said, "Please, can you help? We've got to find somewhere for this mum." And so we ended up putting her up in accommodation, and we have funding this now for the next at least 3 weeks, because he's going to be in there for quite a long time. So we are covering that, and we'll keep supporting that. Another one is that this family came over from Ireland to Legoland, and just for 2 days, just to enjoy. You finished?
I think so.
Oh, we stopped.
I'm going to just go and get the fob and just.
No, still going.
The air is gone, but sometimes I'll just squeeze out and get the fob, because sometimes you have to reset that.
Oh, okay.
The alarm's like Fort Knox here.
So they came down, 2 days away, thinking they'll go on holiday for 2 days in Legoland, and their child became seriously unwell. Ended up in Southampton Hospital, extremely unwell, like seriously unwell. Now the rest of the family had to go back home because they only had accommodation, obviously, for these 2 nights, and they all went back to Ireland. This poor mum on her own in the hospital with her very sick child, and had nothing. She only bought clothes like you would for 2 nights, thinking I wouldn't need any more, and as did the child. So they literally had nothing. And actually, if you go to a place like that, and you live in Ireland, you don't have anyone else locally that you can ask to get things. So we provided clothes, we provided food vouchers. We are now currently looking, when he's well enough, to try and fund the journey back home as well. So that's what we're currently doing. But, just even the emotional support, having someone that she can pick up the phone to, and that we can go and take down to Costa and give her a drink and see someone that's familiar, has been invaluable for her. So we all think we're not going to end up in that position until we do.
No, you
It's
thought
sadly,
one day, didn't you?
it's sadly the reality.
You're here to tell us otherwise.
I never thought I was going to be here, ever. When I walked into that hospital, I never ever, with Sophie, I never ever thought this was going to be cancer and this is going to be our journey, but sadly it was. So we can't change the outcomes for a lot of these families, but what we can do is make it less stressful and easier for them. And some have a sad ending like ours, and some, they get to take their children home and everything's all right. Hope that's the majority, gladly. But, even so, it has to be easier. And that's what we do. So we will fund food. We have obviously our snack boxes in every single parent's room, and they can all access in all of the hospitals. So that's how we cover thousands, because we go through so much in all of the hospitals we do. But that's for everyone. And you could be the richest person, but if you can't leave your child to go and get food,
it's not always about money.
You can't leave.
It's,
that's the reality.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a kid if the kid's conscious or whatever, and they won't want you to go.
No.
They'll be scared. They'll want you to stay by their side, understandably. So yeah, things
So
like
it doesn't
that.
matter how much money you have.
Yeah,
you still need to use that, and that's why we say we're like a food bank in hospital, but we're a food bank for everyone. We aren't, most of us wouldn't need to use the food bank in our community, but actually, near enough all of us would need to use what we provide in hospital.
Yeah.
And that's why. So we do that. We do toiletries, because turning up in hospital, our local, obviously big children's hospital, have around 30 to 40 emergency admissions a week. So when you get that call to say your child's being taken in or in emergency or anything else, you don't go home to go and
let me just
pack your bag. Yeah.
No, you don't do it.
You just go straight to hospital, and you either meet the air ambulance or you meet the ambulance, whatever it is, and you just go straight there.
Yeah.
You don't go like via home. And most of us don't carry our chargers around with us all day. We don't carry our toothpaste or all these other things that you would need when you need to stay overnight. No, and then you've got to pay these silly prices in the hospital from the shop, which is crazy price. If you're lucky that there's a shop
if there's a shop even there, we're open.
Lots, they're not, sadly. So that's where we step in. We have these parent packs that have everything you need in there, from all your essential toiletries, your phone charger, a snack, a notepad and pen to even write down everything that's been taken in. Yeah. Everything that you need, and they all get given one of those when they turn up, if they turned up with nothing. There's some of our long-termers that are well pro. They turn up with their rucksacks and bags. They know what's
This
coming.
isn't my first rodeo.
Yeah, exactly. You can see the ones that are, you've been here before. But yeah, and they get given all of these things, and it is life-changing. From the difference of going, okay, I don't have to stress so much now. I don't have to worry. We've had parents, literally only this week I saw, phoning around everyone that they could find. Please, can you bring up me these things? I need these. I need some toiletries. I need some clothes. And I'm like, we've got it all here for you. And the relief you can see in them is huge. So I went and got pyjamas for this single mum this week that had nothing, and she was just being told her child was getting admitted onto the ward. And she was like, how do I do that now? And I was like, I've got pyjamas here for you. I've got toiletries. We've got everything. You don't have to worry. I'll go and get it all for you.
It's crucial stuff.
And she was like, I can't believe you've done that. I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
How did you know there's been there, done that?
Yeah, we cover all of that. And and then families can get referred to us. And they're the ones we pick up with extra help.
Yeah, you say you have referrals, don't you? Is that from the hospitals?
Hospital? Yeah.
The hospital contacts. So the hospital has to go to the charity and say, these guys need some help.
Yeah. So this afternoon, it's always a Friday. We get more on Friday than we do any other week, any other day of the week. But yeah, this afternoon I think we've had 5 that has come in that we're trying to pick up and juggle with. It's it's mad. And they're not just little things of, they just need a taxi or something else like that. And they're all ones that are they're really struggling. And we need to put the support in. But I look back and think, what did they do before we were in? And I asked a few of the staff, and they went, we had nowhere else to refer to. They just had to survive like you did. You had to struggle. And that's the reality. I wish it was here when we were in. I wish we had a parents' room that's filled like it was when we were in. Our life would have been a lot easier. Yeah. But it wasn't. And we had it. We know what it was like to be in that hospital.
Yeah, you've been there.
In all of the different hospitals that we're in, to know how hard it is, and that's why, it's not going to impact us. No. But we know what difference this is going to make to so many people.
Thing, isn't it?
So many people.
So you got your new leaflets there?
Yes.
So these are mine are out of date.
They still are. All of that is still valid.
It's just
we just do more.
There's more stuff on the back of it. Look, there was seven things last time.
We just keep doing more and more and more. So we have our art practitioner, which I think we did talk about art therapy.
Because that was something Sophie was into, wasn't it?
Yeah, so she's working every Monday in the hospital and is going to be working in the community starting in the next few weeks, hopefully. So that's going to be, really the long-term children who bounce in and out of hospital all the time. And they have a lot of medical trauma. Yeah. Because of all of the procedures that they have to go through, or experiences or whatever. And she is going to be working in their home or in their school or wherever it is locally for them. and doing some therapy for them and some art therapy to reduce some of this trauma and give them a chance to even vocalise how hard this is for them and to hopefully improve things.
It's like a constant as well, isn't it? Like it's something if they have to go back to hospital, they'll be like, well, at least I see so and so again. I can, you know, it's something.
So they'll see her if they go back in because she'll be there every Monday.
Yeah.
And then, but if she's out, then she gets to know them as well. So we're really excited about this. There's not really much around like that, I will say. So the community team are very excited.
Yeah.
They have been like, there's nothing. We don't have anything else like this.
No.
So I think that's going to roll out quite a lot, actually. I think a lot are going to be interested in that. And things like we're coming up to Halloween. So we are now working on all of our 10 hospitals, working on how many pumpkins can we get to cover all of the children in the hospital. We did it last year, not all to 10, but we will be working on this and making sure that every child's got the pumpkins and some art activities, and if we can sneak in the sweets, of course we will.
You're not supposed
before
to do
we
that,
get told off to the dietitians and all the rest of them. But yeah,
kids really ill. No, they can't have any Skittles. You know, does it really matter?
I know, exactly. We'll get them into one. And
sneak them in the pumpkins.
Yeah, and so last year they did a better job than I could have. They either painted them, depending on their age, or they carved them. So it was more the teenagers carved them all out, and we provided the little LED tea lights because they had candles in. But it looked incredible.
Yeah, they flicker like candles, don't they?
It looked so good. And it was so amazing because Sophie's really big thing was she hated missing out on things just because she was in hospital. And I said, you don't have to miss out. We'll bring it to you.
Bring Halloween to you.
Yeah. You're not going to miss out on anything. So I remember her. I've got a photo of her carving her pumpkin out. She got decorated and all dressed up in a Halloween outfit. And we did a virtual Halloween party with her friends.
No, because of course it was...
it was COVID. Yeah. Had a great time.
Christ.
So we had all of that. And she had a brilliant Halloween little party in her room. And we didn't leave the room, but...
Also got trick-or-treating around like other people's beds.
I know, knock on the doors. Trick-or-treat.
The curtain starts tugging.
And it was actually, we want you, just because you're in hospital doesn't mean you have to miss out.
No.
So we will make sure every child has a pumpkin, to whether they can paint it or carve it, whatever they want to do. And things like...
So donate pumpkins is what we're saying at the moment.
You've got to find all these... Either pumpkin farms,
a pumpkin farm,
or or we will be raiding every shop. Anyone locally, get your pumpkins now because there will not be any left.
Leave them be. Buy them and donate them.
I know. And things like advent calendars. So we recognise that no one really did this and doesn't. I don't know, many places that still do, but we wanted every child to wake up on the 1st of December and open their advent calendar in hospital. I know it's like my girls get very excited about having their advent calendars.
I still got chocolate. Yeah.
So we last year donated over 1,000 advent calendars to all the children in all the hospitals we cover, and it went down so well, so well. The excitement of waking up each morning because they had a chocolate, or we had ones without food because those who were not able to eat. We had something else, either books or, all different varieties of different non-food ones. Well, we had toys ones, we had fidget toy ones, and loads of different things like that. So we covered so many children, and I'm so excited we're going to do this again. It went down so well. And we had the Elf on the Shelf, but live version, it was massive. Went round and handed them out. Yeah, it was dressed. I need to find the costume and show you, but it looked amazing. He went round one of the hospitals with us and handed them all out, and the kids thought this was the best thing ever. And it just makes such a difference to the families in there. It just lifts the mood for the parents and the children.
Yeah, it's just something else to focus on, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes such a difference. It's not this because 24 hours in hospital can feel like a week.
Yeah.
It's so long.
Yeah, no, it's really boring.
And when you're in there a week, you feel like you've been in there forever. You think you've forgotten what outside life is like. So we want there to be a bit of light each time. And whether that's the pizzas on our Saturday night, which is sometimes the light at the end of the week for a lot of our families, or whether that is...
Everyone loves a cheeky Domino's, don't they?
Well, we are providing a lot of pizzas now. We are well known. If we did a little survey of what we're known for, pizzas would be probably in our top 5.
It's one of the things, that's what our survey says.
Yeah, it would be in our top 5 for definite.
Yeah, that's one of the things. It's one of the memories I've seen. It's like the hospital porta trolleys and I mean, like, we buy a pizza for a family of 5 and you think, how much? When you've got them stacked up like that.
I know. We do a lot. So we've, like today, pizzas have gone to Chichester Hospital. Tomorrow will be the Marsden, Portsmouth. There'll be Guildford on Sunday and Isle of Wight tomorrow as well. I think there's at least, we're 5 hospitals this weekend. So it's a lot. And it's a just nightmare logistically. We're trying to make sure we've ordered the right ones. Who's picking up what? Where they all go.
No pineapple. No pineapple.
Yeah, we haven't got any pineapple.
There you go. See, I told there was someone on the stream before. They were like, "No, there's always a place for pineapple."
There is always a place. I like ham.
Yeah, but not on a
pineapple.
pizza.
Yeah, I'd eat that.
No.
Yeah. I'd eat that.
Where did you put your milk in your tea?
I don't drink tea.
Oh, okay, you get away with that one then.
But no, so we do our pizzas. They go down really well, and again, that's for everyone. It doesn't. The only qualification you've got to have to be in hospital you've got to be in hospital with your child. That's how you qualify to get our help. Of things like pizza and food and toiletries.
There's got to be someone in this chat who's been like, who's gone through this sort of thing.
Well, the chance of someone ending up with their child in hospital, even if it's A&E in the 18 years of their childhood, if you've avoided all of that in 18 years, then you've done extremely well. You've wrapped him in bubble wrap.
We'd have done it until we had our third, because the third one, he will just find trouble. Doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, it was. Check the total. I'm told to check the total.
Oh, is this exciting?
Well, I've got to put another car on the wall.
Another car? What car are we on at the moment then?
A BMW. Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, what car have we got now?
I don't know. Right, okay, this is awkward. Ian! It was your car.
It is.
No,
the figure, mate.
£4 was going to be a Betty.
Oh.
But I forgot to print the picture off.
Oh no.
Sadness.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It was
good.
It was his Australian car.
I'll bring it down to show you again.
What, now?
Well, not now.
You better crack on.
Off I go.
It's 200 miles away.
Yeah. You might be finished by the
They
time
come down
you
from the west coast of Wales.
Wow.
So, although he's also test driving a car tomorrow for his channel, which all these people will be very excited about.
Wow.
But
how amazing is that?
Yeah, so
that's such a lot of money.
I think that's higher than it was last time.
I think it was. This time last year was definitely not that amount.
The thing that got me last year, you say about crying, the closest I got last year, I remember it, was when at the end, this chat here, people were putting like the I can't do it, I'm not logged in. The rainbow emojis.
Oh,
when it got to 5 o'clock, it just went rainbows all out, and I was like, stop it.
You definitely welled up last year. You'll tell everyone you did, and I was sat here and I saw.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You definitely
probably did. Well, when you've got kids, you
know.
You change completely, don't you? I mean, like I remember the day I dropped my kid. Well, that night my kids were born. My first. So I didn't go. I stayed at hospital that night. On a chair, crumpled up next to the bed. And then the night after is when I went home, and I've never driven so slowly. I was like, I must not take any risks with anything at all. I'm going to be like, oh, there's a lorry a mile away.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay back just in case, and on the way there, you're like one-handed doing 90, and it's, there you go.
They're all starting, see, they've heard you.
Well, we've got a Sophie's Legacy emoji now as well.
Oh, how amazing is that?
Yeah, I did that this morning. So these people are members of the channel, so they have access to the emojis.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, so it's tiny, you can't see it, but
that is good though.
Yeah, so no, that's why I'm behind it. It's because it's a local thing, and I can see it's genuine. It's like I've not done anything. Well, I've done things for charity before, but I'm not off my own back. This is the only time I've ever done anything because I just looked at it and thought, no, that's real. That's like genuinely real, and that's stuff that people don't think about.
Yeah.
And there are going to be people going through hell.
Yeah.
Absolute hell. Living. It's your worst fear.
Yeah.
If you've got kids, if you haven't got kids, you don't care. But if you have got kids, them being sick is your number one fear. It's higher than you being sick. It's higher than a hurricane. It's higher than whatever, And I can't begin to put myself in that position. It must just be horrific. Yeah. So I thought, well, I can't do anything, but power of YouTube and people who like old boat cars. It's someone from Norway there.
Oh wow.
And someone called Mark loves pineapple on the pizza.
See?
If you could leave the chat, please, Mark. Thank you.
No, I like pineapple. But it is, and I can tell you so many stories of families we've supported. We had another one who their 5-year-old has very complex health issues, needs a full-time carer, which the mum was, and then their 2-year-old was very healthy, had a stroke, and ended up in hospital. You don't recover quickly with a stroke, sadly.
2.
Especially at 2. So then it means the other parent had to give up work as well for a period of time to be able to look after. They had one at the hospital, one who needed to be at home for this complex child that needed full-time care. And you think your life is fine and you know you can live to your means to what you've got until your life overnight changes.
Yeah.
And they were in hospital for a long time, and we supported them throughout all of that just by making sure that they've got, you know, all of their basic stuff that they didn't have to be worrying about, say the food, the parking, the toiletries, all the extras that you were going to pay out because of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, we helped. And then there was another one who their baby was born early. It was in neonatal intensive care for 13 weeks. And they'd used all their savings during that 13 weeks. And then they got transferred. They found on a Sunday, they found something in his liver. They got transferred to King's on that Sunday. And I remember the hospital phoning me up saying, I'm really sorry to call you. And I went, don't worry, I'm already currently in the hospital anyway, delivering some things, so you're not actually disturbing me. What do you need?
I can hear you down the corridor.
I know. I said, should I come upstairs? And they went, we've got this family, and they said they are going to King's today. We have phoned every accommodation available. There is nowhere for them to stay. Their dad is currently going to be driving up, and they're going to sleep in their car at the hospital. The mum's breastfeeding, so expressing, and I went, they can't sleep in their car in London. And they're like, I know, that's why we're phoning you on a Sunday. And I went, okay, leave it with me. And we've provided a hotel for their week that ended up being up there for. And we then obviously got the food, the breakfast and the dinner package with that.
Is it just a case like you have to ring around hotels and book one for them and pay for it?
Yeah.
Like, no, the hotels don't go, oh, that's rubbish.
No
we'll
discount, no.
So you're just paying full whack.
Yeah, we are.
This is why the money's so important, because if you're paying a hotel in London, I mean, it's...
I know, I was at the time going, where am I going to find a hotel tonight?
Well, my honeymoon was cheaper than that.
I was like, tonight as well. This is not like I'm booking in a week's or 2 advance. This is, I need somewhere tonight. So I'm phoning round. They're already driving up to London, waiting for me to phone them to say, you're staying here.
Oh man, the pressure.
And I'm like, I've got to find somewhere. So, you know, we did manage to find somewhere, thankfully.
We found you somewhere. Yeah, it's in Watford.
I wanted somewhere that was not a million miles. Thankfully, in some sense, they had their car, so I had the ability to be able to look slightly. You know, I didn't have to do walking distance.
No.
I could look, and they ended up being, it's only a few miles away actually, and they stayed up there. So it was good premiering, good old premiering.
Yeah, I like a Premier Inn.
And good because you get your breakfast and your dinner. So we got a package with that.
Sometimes they've got beef eating next door.
I know. And so that when they finished in the hospital, and you know, there were long days they were in hospital. You know, it was like your child's in, you know, they're in, you know, very sick. You don't come out early.
No.
You know, you come out late. They got home back to the hotel, and they, rather than walking the streets of London trying to find some food, they were able to know that they could go to the restaurant and they got dinner.
Yeah.
Which was paid for.
Yeah.
And they don't have to stress and worry or go hungry, which is going to be the reality. And we funded that throughout their stay. Sadly, the baby didn't actually make it, and sadly died. But what really highlighted for us, because it really floored us all, that this baby died, and we tried all we could to try and make this. But what they said is that actually their journey was potentially going to stay that same. So it would have ended whether we were involved or not. And I've learned that actually we can't change these outcomes. What we can do though is reduce this trauma. Imagine sleeping in a car for a week in London and their baby died at the end distilled as well. How traumatic that would have been.
And because actually you're not just going to shake that off in a week, are you? That's going to stay with your life.
No. And that is so much trauma to unprocess, and you know, going home and the fear. I wouldn't want to sleep in a car here, let alone sleeping in London. It's you know, with the scary, you know, what if someone comes and breaks into your car, and the poor mum expressing her milk, sat in a car and everything else. So you know, we can't.
Not a third world, is it?
No, and we can't change these outcomes, but we can make it easier for them. But we can't do this without people supporting us.
Yeah.
And I said, we will keep going. We will keep supporting as many families as we can for as long as people keep supporting us. Because if we haven't got the funding coming in,
my only worry
we
with
can't
the
do
whole
it.
thing is that the government would see like charity like yourself doing all that and thinking, well, we don't need to fund that, they've got it covered.
Oh, don't worry. You know my voice.
So this is what I mean. So that's why you're going in there and fighting. And
that's why I'm doing a 2-prong attack.
I'm showing what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell everyone that you're not doing it.
That's exactly what I'm doing. So we're doing a 2-prong attack. We are covering the hospitals, the 10 locally, where we can, so that immediately we are covering these families. They don't have to keep waiting for us to change things nationally. We will cover them. But in the meantime, we are championing and advocating really hard nationally with the government or with the NHS to make some fundamental change to whether that's feeding parents in hospital or getting play 7 days a week or overhauling the children's cancer side of stuff. We want this nationally changed so that these families don't have to keep doing this and we don't have to keep doing this as well. No. You know, there's only going to be so many, decades that I can keep turning up like with everything else. So I really
your daughter
want
comes
this.
back from school going, oh, I've been doing stuff about careers today. I know what I'm going to do, and you're going to go, I'll tell you what you're going to do, right?
I know, but I always think we have a voice and we need to use that. And however loud we need to be, I've said I will not stop, and I've told all the politicians that I've met and the health secretary and everyone else, I will not stop.
Get used to this face.
I will not stop. I will keep coming back time and time again. And the only way I'm going to stop is until we get this. It's the only way. And for as long as there's breath in my body, I will keep fighting and keep changing this, because I made a promise to Sophie before she died that I would do this. Yeah. And when you make a promise to your child, you do it.
Yeah, I did promise one of them I'd buy him a new FIFA once, and I don't think I did it.
I always said to my girls, if I say I'll try, I'll try. If I say I'll promise, it means I do it.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
And Sophie asked me, she was there, not able to move, literally about a week off of dying, and said, promise me, Mum, you're going to do this. And
no, I am now.
What choice have I got?
Yeah.
I was like, well, firstly, you've not given me much choices.
Yeah. I feel a little bit like I'm attacked from both sides here.
I thought I can't say no.
Well, I guess I'll just have to help people.
And then I didn't really realise what I was saying, committing myself for. But actually, it has what's kept me going. To be honest, it's what's got me up each day.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a distraction. It's the wrong word for it, but it's something to focus. You can take that kind of like energy, if you like, and you're channeling it into something. So she's directly changing this. It's her doing.
And that's why we call it Sophie's legacy.
Yeah, why not?
Because she wanted this. This is what she asked. And when we were trying to think of a charity name, we were like, why don't we just say what it is?
Well, it was Sophie's journey originally, wasn't it? So it just evolved into...
Why don't we just say what it is? This is Sophie's legacy. We wouldn't have done this without her wanting these changes. And we will just keep going for as long as we can keep having donations given to us. This is sad reality. We're a charity and we will fund as much as we can. But
do we need more people to do live streams, 25-hour live streams?
That would be so cool. And that's why people like yourself are just so amazing.
You just got to, at the end of the day, we always joked and said I could talk all night about cars. Well, go on then. Okay. It was alright.
And I'm going to give you a certificate, because I've been saying I've been holding on to this for ages. In fact, I even wrote it out. I should have written a different date because it was last year. But I've had this in my bag for so long and I've stupidly not given it to you. We are getting better at that. But yeah, it just shows, because last year you raised £8,395.
Yeah, like these guys did, yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Like, I can't believe how much you raised.
To be honest, I can't either. It just stopped being a number. Like a specific number after like 3, I think it was. I was going, oh, okay. That's like, I was looking at it going, what car can I buy for that? But
incredible.
It was, it blew me away. I was aiming for £1,000.
Amazing. And what it says in the certificate is, thank you so much. The money you will make a huge difference in helping to achieve Sophie's wishes, and she'll be so proud of you. And it literally does sum up. And obviously our tagline, creating change, and you're helping to actually fulfill this creating change and making a difference to thousands of families. It will help so much with what you've raised in the last time, and what you're going to raise this time is going to be crazy.
I'm delighted already.
You can see, look.
No, I've got a certificate. She's trying to make me cry again. I'm not going to do it.
But you can compare it to, I'll get you this one quicker this year. But yeah, My time is, as you can see, is always a challenge for my time.
You've got more important things to be doing than writing certificates out.
Well, we want you to have them, and we are definitely getting better at that. But
It can go on.
is so important. We literally can't do this otherwise without people helping us, and we are starting to apply for grants, but as always they take forever, and there's so many guidelines, and we've been turned down for a few because there's so many people competing against the same pot of money.
Yeah, that's it.
Sadly now, so
Oh, hang on,
it's a challenge. But
did I think I've.
what have you done now?
I think my chat stopped.
Oh
Yeah, it
dear.
did. Oh, it's gone up again. 4374.
Oh, should I press?
That
I know.
one.
Oh, you already got the button.
435.
Wow.
Oh, they're ahead of me. Oh no, 4347. 4352.
Wow.
We're climbing.
How
Whoa.
incredible is that?
That's
And
amazing.
you've got a long way to go till
I know.
tomorrow.
I better get my next guy on. Actually,
I know.
he's expecting a call.
He's waiting.
Yeah.
I'm always going on.
He's. No one knows who it is. It's a mystery guest.
Oh, can I see who it is?
It's. I don't know
No, no,
how
no.
to.
I'll
I
wait
don't know
in.
how to. It's what I've got to do. I'll have to end the stream and then start another one that can
Alright,
do 2 people. Shall I don't know how to pronounce his name. But some people are going to be like, "Who is he?" and other people are going to be like, "Oh my God, you got him."
Oh,
Let me. I just need to see his name written down so
very
I
exciting.
can. That's it. Yeah, it comes up on Google. That's
Good.
his name is Misha Charudin, I think, or Charudin, and he's a small YouTuber. He's only got just under 1 million subscribers,
Oh,
and he drives around the Nürburgring very, 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 very fast in other people's cars.
wow. How cool is that?
Yes.
I'm just watching his YouTube.
Yeah, he's
It's
got loads of
amazing.
videos.
He's driving very fast there.
That's his. That is a Honda Civic,
Amazing.
which is one of his best laps ever. So.
Oh, I better not delay you.
Yes, I've got
There you
to
go.
make some changes to the stream. So yes, thank you,
Thank you
everybody.
so much, everyone. And yeah, for joining in this. Thank you, Richard. Honestly, it's absolutely amazing what you're doing.
No, this is all.
to
This is
help
the weird car community coming together.
Love it.
They do it. Where's the chat gone?
God, good old technical issues. You have it.
Oh man, I've had some problems today. Yeah. It's not the guy who did the lap in the AX. No, but I'm going to ask him if he knows who that is. So, right, I shall.
And
Yeah.
anyone know any celebrity people
Yes.
that I can get a
If
patron?
James Martin is
Please send
watching.
them my way.
If he's watching,
Let's hunt him down.
yeah.
I will.
Go to car shows.
Oh no, I'm gonna go and find him now.
Yeah, the
Now I know.
Concord
Now.
Club in Eastleigh. Pretty sure they have a
Right.
car show and he goes to it.
I'm gonna hunt him down.
Yeah, he's into his cars. Not necessarily the same sort of cars I've got here, unfortunately, but just like Ferraris and stuff. So
Might just be turning up to Concord Club.
yeah. Oh, hello! What a car show! What a surprise! I had no idea.
But
Right.
thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. We'll see you in a minute. Oh.